Hello, everybody. Welcome to our show, Divine Soul Awakening. It is a spiritual talk show. We are a group of psychics and spiritual mediums coming together to help everyone awaken, align with their higher selves and soul's purpose while lifting up humanity. So, how's everybody doing today?
Doing great.
Doing really great.
Good to hear. Today we have a really interesting topic, something that I think we can all relate to. It's all about synchronicities and the meaning of those. And we'll be sharing some of our personal stories and just learning more about that topic today. So, Jelle, would you like to start us off?
Yeah, absolutely. So, hello everybody. People are popping on. Hi, Marlene, and Tina. Welcome everybody. Yeah. So, like Rachel said, we're gonna talk about signs and synchronicities. I think the best way to start it is to share something. Let me open it up.
And I might have forgot to add that the first part of our show is going to be on that topic, and then maybe the second half we might do readings, but we're not going to necessarily take questions yet. We'll let you know when we're ready for those.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's the best way. There you go. Let's see. There we go. All right. So let me close this up. There we are. All right. So I think the best way to start is what is synchronicity? What are synchronicities? Where does it come from? So I have this picture right here. We have Carl Jung, the Swiss psychiatrist who came up with coined synchronicity, and he said synchronicity is the coming together of inner and outer events in a way that cannot be explained by cause and effect, and that is meaningful to the observer. I think that's beautiful. And also, Edgar Casey, in one of his travels, he was like a sleeping prophet, is what he was known for. And he was clairvoyant. And in one of his sessions, he also talked about synchronicities. So the first lesson for 6 months should be 1111. Oneness of God, oneness of man's relation, oneness of force, oneness of time, and oneness of purpose, and oneness in every effort. Oneness is what he was talking about. So that is really the origins of synchronicities. Sorry, Khan?
Can you say that again? The oneness part? It didn't quite sit in.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like old school from Edgar Casey. So he lived from like 1877, I believe, until 1945. So
okay,
it's a bit old school language. So you see it on the top half over here. So the first lesson for the 6 months should be 1111. So that would be like 1111, I reckon. And then he explains the oneness of God. So oneness of everything, oneness of man's relation. Oneness of force, oneness of time, oneness of purpose, and oneness in every effort. So, that is basically the first time we heard about it.
Would that be like being present?
Sorry?
Like, would that be like being present? So present in all those things?
Yeah, realizing the oneness of it all.
Cool.
There's no separation. Yeah. That's the most important part.
Got it. Thank you.
So that was the first one, the origins. Hello, everybody. Hi, Grace, El Sosa, Melody. Welcome, everybody. June. Yeah, Marlene is saying, I see 1111 all the time. Lovely. And hi, Wendy. Welcome. All right, let's see. Let me open up the next one. That's possible. There you go. So the signs you're getting synchronicity. So for people who are watching this video right now and have never heard about synchronicities, that's why I want to start it off this way, so you can really get to know what it is about, what we're talking about. If we're jumping in but nobody explains what it is, it's going to be really hard. So I have some signs you're getting as synchronicities. Let me read it. You see the same 3 or 4 numbers everywhere. That would be like involving clocks, license plates, addresses, song durations, etc. To the point where you look it up online. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense for everybody. You really get drawn to it. Sometimes you'll be thinking something and someone will verbalize it with shocking accuracy. Sometimes you'll be thinking something and then your attention will randomly be drawn to some type of object that perfectly reflects what you were thinking, such as a billboard, a sign, or anything really that represents your thoughts. And the fourth one is your mood and emotional state is beginning to be reflected out there in your life experience. When you're in a poor mood, stressful circumstances seem to find you. And when you're feeling great, things go incredibly smoothly. And number 5, you feel a resonance with certain things that your intuition feels is relevant, helpful, or right for you. And PS, if even a few of these things are happening to you, it means you are waking up.
Nice. Now, I got to say, I never see numbers.
You never see numbers?
Never. Never.
Oh, that's
Everyone
interesting.
around me,
Wow.
the whole community, like, you hear that all the time, right? Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, 4444 and 1111." I'm like, never.
That's
Not one.
shocking.
That
It's like
is.
all I see.
Yeah, but I think this is great why we're doing this. Also, we can get each other's perspective on it. Like somebody is getting coins all the time, and somebody's seeing feathers, and the others are, not seeing numbers, for example. So it's I think it's very interesting to share with each other.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I get a lot of wild animals. So I'll constantly have wild animals coming to me. So like hawks and pigeons and wild turkeys and just being surrounded by these things. That happens
They're
quite
being
often.
drawn to you.
Yeah, but numbers never.
And also with animals, do you also mean you see them repeatedly the same type of animals, or
Yeah.
in general
Yeah.
they're drawn to you?
No, repeatedly. So I'll see there's this a hawk that would sit on my back door, just the railway, and we're talking like 2-3 feet away from our window, and it would come like every day for like a week, and then every time, and then we had like a whole bunch of pigeons that would be there, and last about 3-4 months ago, we were staying with my in-laws, and they have a big backyard, an acre of area in the back. And suddenly there was like 20-30 wild turkeys that showed up just in the backyard. Like, what in the world? It was amazing.
Oh wow!
You're not into Hitchcock, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, the bird theme is standing out here.
I see there's a theme there. There's a theme there. It's when the
You're
vultures,
not attacking me.
it's when the vultures circle your house. There's a problem. You know that.
Well, interesting. I know my sister has been having that happen to her recently. But she said she thinks her spirit animal is a deer. So then when she was in Cleveland, in the backyard of where she's staying, there's she's sending me pictures of maybe a couple days after she said that, there's pictures of deer in the backyard, just coming into the backyard when she was there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I used to live in that house, and I'm like, I never saw deer in the backyard there. That's so funny. But yeah, I mean, I know for sure maybe you're a spirit animal too, but in general, just each animal has their own symbolism and meaning, but I think it's intuitive to what that means for you even.
Yeah,
I am trying to, it's also a purposely expanding my love. So in the summertime, it's getting a little bit colder here now, but in the summertime, my wife and I, we live in the backyard, and anytime we're in the backyard, we'll have a lot of animals come to us. That, a wild rabbit just came through the bushes and startled me. So I jumped, it jumped, but then we were about 2 feet away and we just stared at each other and, oh, well, you're just going to go do what you want. But I'm extending love. And then I would have bees come around, and instead of swatting the bee away, I would just be. I would be a bee. Pardon the pun. right? But then,
Just me.
the bee would come into my hand and crawl in my hand, and I'm trying to let go of the fear. The one thing though I could not remove myself from is mosquitoes. There's a mosquito that's buzzing in your ear that freaks me out right away.
Yeah, well, it's very annoying. Yeah, it's weird. So Grace is saying, wherever I look, I see 1111 and 111 all day long too. Awesome. And
I think we could do like an episode on animals, even like in that sense, because I'm coming. All these moments are coming to me, like insects, especially. Like sometimes.
Yeah, well, we're doing the stories later as well, and spirit animals are part of the signs and synchronicity. So absolutely, feel free to share them as well. So Luz is saying, I see numbers all the time. El Sosa, I'm always getting numbers. Tina is saying 555, a lot among all the others. Hi, Angel Divine. Let's see. We have a lot of chat, so let's go through some more. Let's see. Marlene is saying, geez, I've been waking up for a really long time. I find coins, feathers, see numbers. I see eagles and hawks. Love it. Awesome. Yeah, no eagles and hawks where I live, unfortunately. Let's see. In the Netherlands. So June is saying, I will think of someone, and the next day, and the next day you see them probably. I think of someone, and then the next day or a number, or days later I will meet them. Yeah. Well,
that's a big one.
Out walking. Yeah, exactly. That's a perfect example of synchronicity as well. Does this mean I am picking up on their energy, or that I'm attracting them via my thoughts? Yeah, you're attracting them through your thoughts. Exactly. That is exactly. Let's see. Lisa is saying, I'm getting animals too. I see the same one over and over again in different places and time, so as to not miss the synchronicity. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's a big one right there. When you see the same animal constantly, it's a big one.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's begin with like feathers. Let's start off with. We have to start somewhere with synchronicity. So feathers is the most known one, I reckon, and with numbers, of course. But so with feathers, do you all see feathers when you're walking around, or do you feel nudged to look somewhere and there's a feather there, or?
Yes. I there was a time for me where I was seeing feathers every single day for like a month when I was going outside.
Wow.
And they say it doesn't matter if it's like, from a pigeon or it be. I live in the city, so New York has a lot of pigeons, but in my area where I live, it's not so common because where I live is like the beginning of the suburbs. It goes from urban to suburbs. So, but I was seeing a lot of feathers in my neighborhood, just walking out of my building, walking to the grocery stores, and it's not, there weren't a lot of birds around in my area, so I knew that it meant something.
Awesome.
And did you look that up, Martine? Did you look it up? What the feathers mean?
Well, I knew that feathers tend to mean that your ancestors. For me, I just intuitively felt like it was an ancestor, like my dad around me a lot.
Ooh, cool.
Ooh,
awesome.
great.
Yeah, I have some examples.
They were gray. They were gray feathers.
Gray feathers. Yeah. So peace is coming.
Nice.
Yeah, I noticed they're a little bit different, which image you take with these examples of feathers.
Yeah.
With the meaning, but just see if it resonates for you. Yeah, where I live, you don't really have the type of colored feathers as well. It's more like white, gray,
Yes.
black and white, and black. That's pretty much what you're seeing. We have like green parakeets flying around here, but they're really cheap. They don't want to share any feathers with us, so we're not finding any green ones anywhere.
Now, do you think it means if you see a feather or a bird of the same color, does that have the same meaning?
I had that same question pop in my head, Con.
Well, I think it's with pigeons it's pretty easy, but other than that, would be a little bit harder to figure out what type of bird it is. What do you think, Rachel?
Well, I think that the color would have a meaning behind it. Like even if you're seeing like a butterfly and it's a blue butterfly, or you're seeing a white butterfly, or you're seeing a yellow butterfly, they have different meanings. So I think that that would be the same for birds. And I was just having that question because I see the spotted feather, and when my mom passed away, I felt her presence in a bird. And when I looked over, it was a bird ahead of me. But then when I looked over, I was sitting in my car in the car window, and I was at the hospital. Not on the window, but like on the what's it called? The side view mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Staring right at me was a bird looking at me in the car. So I was like, oh my God. And I like knew that was like my mom. And it was I'd never seen this colored bird before, like ever. It was white with like black spots. And I'm looking and I'm going, release the past. I'm like, oh, interesting. So that might have been a message for me, like even to the color of the bird that she
For
came
sure.
through in, you know? So I'm just having that realization now. So that's, I guess, a synchronicity in and of itself. But
Awesome. That's so beautiful.
Thanks.
That's a very interesting bit of synchronicity between Khan saying the question and Rachel having it in her head.
Yeah.
That too, it was meant, it was supposed to be said. Exactly.
So Tina is saying, I was sitting in a parking lot and saw the reflection of the words, I am here for you, on the windshield of a car 3 parks down. That is awesome.
Gosh.
Wow.
That's
Cool.
really
That's
amazing. I love those shares. Marlene is saying, I so agree, Khan. Angel Divine, I just saw 555 about 15 minutes right before this gathering. Yeah, I saw 1717 because we have the 24-hour clock before we started.
So that's interesting that you're saying it. So 555, this series of numbers I've heard before. I understand it has a meaning, but would 1717 have a meaning too?
Yeah, in the second part, I'm gonna show a website that has all these numbers. I think that's really a great one. You see it repeatedly pop up every time
Awesome.
people are sharing a website. It's generally that one. So I will share that one as well.
Excellent.
And you can really, it doesn't even have to be like a repeating number. Let me give you an example for a license plate. I saw yesterday. Oh, let's see. There we go. There you go. See, this is how I usually see it. So my initials, JK, and then I see the number. That's generally how I see the number for me that I know I have to look up, you know? And I'm
That's
pulled
cool.
towards looking at that car. So that's how I know for myself, this is one for me. And you see it's like 687, so it doesn't really have to be like a repeating number.
Got it.
Yeah, and I learned that before I started channeling, I was already like connecting to my guides because I already intuitively knew that I could ask them questions, they would give me answers. So once I picked up on the number thing, I started to say, okay, well, I'm going to ask for a message in a number. So what I would do is I would ask a question, kind of a specific question, something I wanted to know. And I would say, okay, now that I want you guys to provide me the answer to that question in the next number sequence that I see. But I wouldn't like intentionally try to look at a number, like, or maybe I would just be like, just see like the next time I look at the clock, whatever number sequence that is, I'm looking that up to answer, or whatever I see anywhere. So I was doing that for a very long time, and I was getting like, I would Google the number sequence and the meaning of it, and I would be getting very, very specific answers to my questions. So that really was like, there's no way this is real. So that was kind of like a first step to channeling. So you guys should try that sometime.
Awesome.
That's really cool.
I love that. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
For
Great
me,
idea.
555, I've been seeing 555 for years.
Mhm.
And that means like major change coming.
Mm-hmm.
Also 1010 is one that's kind of common for me, and 1212. And I know 10 means like a completion of like a life cycle, like a beginning and an ending type thing. I'm not sure what 1212 means though. I'm going to look that up.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I see 1010 and 1212 a lot too. So that's yeah. You just start to like notice what you're seeing a lot. I see 1144 a lot, so that became like one of my signs. But the numbers I see the most are 1111, 111, and like 444. That became like angels are like for sure.
Yeah.
This is good for you. Whenever I see that 444.
What's interesting for us, I mean, we've been seeing numbers for a while now, and for me it's threes. But my daughter, who's in her early 20s, and a number of her peers who are all at university together, are all noticing numbers. It's just really quite surreal because we haven't told them about this stuff, and they're noticing the numbers, and they're a much younger cohort. So I don't know whether anyone else has noticed younger people seeing these sorts of things, because if it is the case, then obviously more people are awakening.
Yeah, my sister's 21, and she's like more synchronicities than I get. Like sometimes she's just like so in tune to it now. It's like, oh my gosh, Hannah, you're like picking up on it more than I would even. She's like, oh that and oh that and oh that and oh that. And I was like, oh, okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that you say that she was seeing that. Sorry, LA.
Yeah.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Because I asked because this came up in I guess the Kristen Davies course when I first taken it, and I was like, I never see numbers, and then I asked her or asked people to channel into it, and they said I didn't need to see it because I kind of already knew that there was something more to this, and I didn't really need the reminder that you don't need it. And it's interesting that maybe that Hannah just kind of entering into this is beginning to see this. Younger people are beginning to see they're seeing more numbers, and it's that convincing.
Yeah, because she asks, she uses it as a way to ask for confirmation. So she'll ask her angel, her guardian angel, to show confirmation if she's like if she's picking up on the right message or what to do. And so then she'll see the numbers, and that's just like yes from her. So, but I will bring this up though. Like I actually asked her guardian angel to be here today with me, like as a special guest, because she's like the queen of synchronicities with Hannah. I've been channeling her guardian angel for a while. And it's just like really interesting because we've actually asked her this question, her guardian angel, Gloria, her name is, this question before about like, am I really seeing this? Is it really a synchronicity? And she said, yeah, because it's you develop like your own meaning behind what the synchronicity means for you. So like if you're thinking of a certain person, for example, and you start to see like where that person is from, like showing up on a billboard or something like that, then that's like could be a synchronicity. Like you could develop different meanings behind a personalized message for yourself through each type of synchronicity that you see. And then when you see that, it has meaning for you where it might not have meaning for somebody else, but it becomes a symbol for you of confirmation and validation.
Wow. Absolutely. Yeah, so Marianne is saying hawk breast feathers 2 days in a row before I was reconnected with my best friend from 50 years ago.
Wow.
Awesome. Beautiful.
So cool.
Hi, Sunflower Skies. Hi, Caroline. Welcome. Yeah, Angel Divine is saying, yes, feathers, coins, clouds as well. That's
clouds.
Amazing. That's
all right,
amazing.
what do you mean by clouds?
Seeing
for example, I've seen, well, in synchronicity wise, I don't know, but I saw like a dragon, really proper dragon shape of a cloud, things like that. So could be something.
Cool.
Just to let them know they're there. Let's see. Songs.
Yeah, I called on my, sorry.
Yeah, you go ahead.
I called on my guardian dragon one time, and I looked up and it was like in the sky, like literally like, and that was when I was like first trying to connect with dragons. So, but I have heard that they can form like, clouds in the sky. So I think that's interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah. Let's see if I still have that picture. I'll look it up in the meanwhile. I know I have one somewhere.
So Doc, your dog is trying to talk to us. What's
Yeah,
That's also
I'm
synchronicity.
afraid I have a distressed dog here. I'm going to have to exit for a few seconds to do something.
Yeah, sure.
Don't worry,
No
it's nothing to do with bullets, so it's okay. It's just got a collar on his head. So forgive me. I'll see you in a moment.
No worries. So let's see. Exactly, the signs are everywhere, like Angel Divine is saying. I also want to say, like coins. Do you find coins as synchronicity a lot? Because I really don't. I've once or twice I found them, but not really.
Pretty rare. Yeah, I used to find coins here and there,
but it's really when you're nudged to look at it, right? It's not when you're just finding them anywhere.
Yeah,
randomly. So
can't really say I leave my house all that often or walking about, right? That's not. I'm always in my car. Yeah, so it's pretty rare for me to see a coin, unless I hit like a bank bus or something. Bank teller.
Yeah. Yeah, Marianne is saying 2 US pennies from 2021.
I think I find coins pretty regular. It seems like.
Yep.
And I think it's a lot of times it'll be my mind will be somewhere where I need to be brought back into like focus, I think. And I'm like, oh, okay, when I see it. So that is pretty regular. And I see my numbers are like 44 and 144, 1144. It's like a lot of the fours yeah, me too. So
Awesome.
That's awesome. I was going to ask you because I didn't hear you say what you've been seeing, but I wanted to say too, I do see coins a lot, but that's not like my main sign. Mine is feathers. Like, I mean, I'll see like 2, 3 a day. Like, I don't know if why, but I just see so many feathers. It's become like nothing anymore, unless when I see it like in a place. But this is one thing I will say, there have been times also when I'm doubting myself about something that I'm doing. It's and I'm just like questioning, is this the right thing for me? I'll have a feather sometimes placed like in a spot where like I'm sitting on that chair. That's my chair that I sit in when I go outside, and that feather is like on the table right in front of that chair, like waiting for me. Those are the ones that really have meaning to me. Or like when I find a feather like on my car seat and I'm like, wait, that's like right next to me on my car seat where I'm sitting, and it wasn't here before. So how did that happen?
That's cool.
Those things are like, yeah, they've happened. I've heard people say like feathers can come out of nowhere. I've heard Kyle Gray say that. And it's only happened to me like once when it was in my car, and I was like,
awesome.
Can I just add something about one thing about synchronicities is that the more that you acknowledge them, the more that you'll receive them.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. It's all about awareness.
Yeah.
Yes. I found the dragon picture. I don't know if it's really visible this way.
Yeah, I see it.
You see the head on the left side, and then you have the neck and the wing. So I thought it was a nice one.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Beautiful.
Let's see. All right. We have, with songs, I want to talk about songs as well. For me, usually it's when I go to the supermarket. The first song when I enter a supermarket, I usually get a nudge, and it's a song I need to hear lyrics wise. So that is for me, and songs in the shower. I just know which songs are messages and which not. So how about for you?
I'm really sorry about this. I'm going to go back and sort these dogs out.
No worries, Doc.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, songs are another one that before I started actually hearing my guides speak, so I started with the numbers where I'd ask a question. I'd be like, I want my answer in a number. And then I started to be like, okay, now I want my answer in the next song that plays on the radio. And it would just be like any random station that I would just turn on. And I'd wait I wouldn't necessarily wait. Usually it would be the next song, but if I intuitively felt like it wasn't that song, I would just switch the radio station until I'm like, okay, I think this is the song. And then sometimes it wasn't even a song I knew, but I would just look up the lyrics and it would always be in there. The lyrics is really where it's at.
Yeah, awesome.
The answer.
And the others? Martin?
Songs for me, I don't know if this is considered a synchronicity, but there's certain music, like I'm a hip hop head.
Mm-hmm.
So if my crown will tingle when I listen to certain artists, my favorite artists. So, but I don't know if that is a synchronicity. I don't know if it's my guides who love hip hop too. I don't know. So I don't really, the songs, it doesn't really happen for me. There might be a song that I wake up with in my head that is in my head all day.
Mm-hmm.
But
that could definitely be synchronicity as well. Absolutely.
But again, it's always a hip hop song. And
yeah, well, they know you love hip hop, so they adjust the record first.
Yeah, they'll go through the means that you love, like what you're gonna like be drawn to. Yeah,
hip hop's pretty powerful music too, right? So it's got a lot of power behind it, a lot of oomph, right? And I get a confirmation that when you talked about the tingling in your head, I'm getting a confirmation myself, and I'm feeling it that is definitely a synchronicity for you to.
Oh, okay.
To look it up or something to connect with it. Yeah,
because it always happens.
And Christy?
I don't think I have. I don't recall any kind of song related synchronicities for me, but I don't really listen to the radio a lot or anything like that. I don't, listen to TV or radio, so I don't really have that connection. Yeah. I'm not even on social media a whole lot. So, but so I don't really relate to that very much.
Well, it could be also songs start playing in your head. No, not your thing. It's not how they reach you.
No, it's just
I've heard too that like sometimes if you're like more dominant in another clair, like maybe like I feel like I'm more clairaudience sometimes, so that might be music for me as a way that I might hear messages come through like in my head with the song. But maybe like if you're clairsentient, you're feeling it differently. Like you don't need to hear it through music to get the message, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's cool. So that's an interesting question. So to Martine, are you strong in clairaudience?
I think I'm getting stronger, honestly. The ear ringing has been something that's been constant for me. My ears ring all day, but I hear it most when it's quiet at night and in the morning. But they literally ring all day, and I'll get high pitches and stuff like that at certain points. But I think I think that is that is really developing for me right now.
Yeah.
But aren't you into sound music, like sound?
Yes, I do love sound healing.
You're drawn to that intuitively. So that's like we're typically drawn to like fields or work with mediums that are like closest to like what our dominant clairs are. So a massage therapist might be clairsentient. That's what I learned about my babysitter. Or my babysitter, she's more like a nanny, but she's a massage therapist also, and she's dominant in her as a clairsentient. That's how she's getting the messages mostly. So I'm starting to make that association the more I get to develop.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, I'm making that association too, like with the sound healing and my love of music and things of that nature. I do love sound. I do.
And I've been like you. I've been getting that ringing all the time, and I've been you saw the video I put up on how I'm practicing in that area.
Yeah.
As I take the pause and I'll ask who it is, and a lot of times it's been Master Jesus, Mother Mary, Archangel Eric, my guide. So that's who's coming in. But as I just I just listen, and as I'm doing that more, I'm practicing. It used to be just my right ear, and now it's my left. I'm getting it at both. So it seems to be. The practice is working and more is coming in. But I don't necessarily hear songs. But I can see the clairaudience as I'm putting my attention to it and feeding it. It's getting stronger and more is coming in.
Yeah.
So let me go through some comments. we need to need to keep up with them. Let's see. So Amy saying, I always have chickadees land on the tree branches next to me. They are sweet little black and white bird, and one of the only species that doesn't migrate elsewhere during the winter. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Sunflower skies. I agree. Signs are everywhere. Absolutely. Hi, Kira. Welcome. El Sosa saying, I created a Pinterest board. Oh, that's awesome. And every time I saw a number, I would look it up and save it to the board for a record of it. Awesome.
Oh, great idea.
That's a great idea. Absolutely. Kira is saying, my shopping bill came to 555 today, and saw registration number 7SEA. Haven't looked it up yet. Lovely.
Cool.
Marlene is agreeing with Rachel. June is saying, I find that the more I acknowledge synchronicities, the more they appears to me. Absolutely. For sure. Hi, Jenny. Welcome.
Hey, Jenny.
She's seeing angel numbers daily. Marlene is seeing images in the clouds as well. So much fun. Absolutely. Do you also see other things than like dragons? What other things do you see in the clouds? I'd love to know.
Yeah. So, Jelle, do you see a lot of dragons then? Like after you saw that dragon, you started seeing dragons?
I've seen it a couple of times. Sometimes it's like only the head shape, and like the picture I shared was like the complete dragon. So yeah, I really enjoy it. So, but it's not all the time. It's not all the time. For me, it's mostly the number sequences, the songs, and the license plates, and things like that, and the feathers. What I see. Jenny is saying, I see cloud images a lot too. Angels and dragons. Angels as well.
Awesome.
Amy is saying, I had a cloud shaped like a swan in my backyard when I first started awakening. It was beautiful. My husband even noticed, which is pretty profound. Awesome. That's beautiful.
Is that because he noticed or because of the swan?
Luz found a penny today. Lovely.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Angel Divine, peacock, phoenix, whale, bear, angel faces. That's a lot of different types of things you see in the clouds. I filmed on my videos when I went to the beach. Yeah, amazing videos you're making, Angel Divine, of the beach scene in LA. It's beautiful.
Nice.
Let's see, sunflower skies. I find coins a lot. It means you're being helped financially by the divine. That is my meaning. Awesome.
Oh, cool.
Wow. Yeah. Good. And I feel like we can even assign our own meaning to it. So that
for sure.
Putting power into it. Like it's going to mean what we want it to mean. This is what it's going to mean.
It's a world of belief system. So for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mina is saying, I find coins all the time. Yesterday, I found 3. Awesome.
Wow.
See 111, 222, 323, 444, 555, 1111, and 1212, and 1010. Last week was 222 all week long. I remember when I first started waking up, I was seeing 22, the time for me at night, like 10:22. But like 22, I was seeing that all the time. That's how it really started for me. It was crazy. I was seeing it every day.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Let's see. Yes, songs are huge for me. I made a playlist of all my synchronicity songs.
Awesome. I did that too, Lauren. I had like a playlist called Angel Songs, like all the songs that they would put in my head. And yeah, it's awesome. That's so cool.
That's neat.
Yeah.
Let's see. El Sosa, my female guardian angel, communicates through song a lot. Yeah, absolutely. Nice. And she puts songs in my head. Yeah, absolutely. For me too. Amy is saying, yeah, remember when you saw the song? Yeah, absolutely. She was getting a lot of signs of white buffalo messages. And as I believe I was reading something or watching a video about of Amy, and there was a song on YouTube, and I looked at which song it was, and it was House of the Rising Sun by the White Buffalo. So there was really a great synchronicity.
Phenomenal. Very
That's
cool.
neat.
Yeah, the channel message on Facebook, absolutely. So it was lovely. Angel Divine, yes, signs are everywhere in everything. Even when I was cooking, the green onions cut and forms a perfect heart. That's amazing, right? Shapes, remains of coffee in a cup, different messages. Yeah, like divination. Or is that tea leaf reading? What is it? Something like that, right? But
Same
with
Yeah,
thing,
coffee.
it's both
Yeah.
coffee and tea leaf.
Yeah, exactly.
My grandmother used to do that with Turkish coffee.
Mhm.
You have your Turkish coffee, and at the bottom, there's always this heavy mud that's left behind that they call it.
Mhm.
So you put the lid on top, you flip it over, spin it 3 times, and then you wait a little bit for it to dry, and you pull it out and you read the cup inside. That was always fun. That was probably my first introduction to all this.
Awesome.
Cool, but I'm familiar. We call it Arabic coffee, but my mother-in-law, my husband's side is Arabic, so we make the mud in the bottom. I never heard that you could read it, but that's really interesting.
That's
Yeah.
neat. Yeah, me either. That's the first time I've heard of it.
Yeah, I'll have to ask them if they know of that.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna lob something in here. You know, the Greeks have Greek coffee, which is exactly the same.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So this
And Egyptian
Drink it
coffee
in a
is the
little
same
cup
as well.
like this.
Yeah.
Exactly the
Is it
same.
like a little
Yeah.
cup? You just,
Yeah.
You just
but
gotta go.
super
You just gotta go to
small.
Cyprus.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very common between like Greek and Turkish. You always say, oh, it's Turkish coffee, Greek coffee, Turkish barek, Greek barek. It's the same, right?
Yeah, and
Well,
all
it's
good.
Arabic.
Same as well,
It's
yeah.
actually Arabic.
Yeah, and
Like
Arabic.
hummus
also.
Yeah.
is Greek. So they make it in Arabic. We always make it. We have a joke about like it's Greek. Like all the Arabic meals we make, they're Greek. They're actually Greek meals. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
So,
I'm a mixed mutt, so that I have like all those kind of backgrounds in me, and doesn't matter. It's food and it's delicious. And
Yeah,
that's
it's good. It's Middle Eastern, whatever. Who cares?
Middle Eastern. It's all good.
It's all Alexander the Great did all this stuff. You know that. So that's another story.
Oh,
So Jim is saying mostly usually see 1s, 4s, 7s, and 8s. Some songs, just love it. No feathers, clouds, or coins.
Nice.
Beautiful. All right, let me share some. Let's go to the resources. Let me share the Angel Numbers website. I don't know if people have seen this one. Let me switch for a second. There we go. There you go. This is the website people usually refer to when it comes to angel numbers.
Yeah, that's the one I use.
See, all these numbers are on the screen,
Oh, cool.
and it
Do you have
really
the URL for that?
It's from Sacred Scribe angelnumbers.blogspot.com. So I will copy and paste it in chat. There you go. So yeah, I just posted in chat. You see, it goes up all the way to till how far? Till 3333, and it even goes like repeating 5s, repeating 9s, repeating 1s and 8s. So you can really look up all the numbers you want to check it out. It's really amazing website.
Nice.
I always think of when I first discovered this website, I was like, wow, someone took the time, because it's a blog.
Yeah.
Someone took the time to enter and type out all of these numbers.
Exactly my thoughts. Joanne Walmsley. So shout out to her.
Yes.
That's she put a lot of time and effort into it. So we're really grateful.
And there's another synchronicity, folks. There's another synchronicity.
For sure. So let's see. There are other things to share. Let me just switch that. Let's see. Like this is a book I wanted to share. It's about. Let me put it up. There you go. This is a book I wanted to share. It's from Pam Grout, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. And it's one that has 9 experiments. Create your reality. So there are 9 experiments in there you can do for yourself to really, get to the I can't speak today. So so you can really figure out that your thoughts create your reality and see proof of that. Is what this book is about. It's called E Squared, and there's also a second one, which is called E Cubed, and it has 9 more experiments, energy experiments that prove manifesting magic and miracles is your full-time gig. So there you go. Those
awesome.
I want to share. And there's one from there you go. There's one from Rachel. You want to talk about the book?
Yeah, this is one that I just picked up from a New Age bookshelf like a long time ago. I think it was in Sedona even. That when I was like first waking up to this, The 7 Secrets of Synchronicity, Your Guide to Finding Meaning in Signs Big and Small by Trish McGregor. And so my sister is borrowing this book right now and reading it. And it just kind of goes through all the different ways that you could see, that you can experience synchronicities and the meaning, and then just how to be more aware of when it's happening.
Beautiful.
Awesome. Love that.
Let's see. I have some pictures here from Davina. I will quickly download it. Let's see. Yeah, so here, this is from Davina. She wants like an angel face. You see?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Nose,
Major. In
That's
that
amazing.
picture, the one that,
Mhm.
that's a good one.
That is
I
amazing.
wouldn't have put that together unless you
No,
pointed it
exactly. But that is really spot on. You can see like the left eye is really staring at you.
out. Yeah.
I mean, if you just take a step back and look at the bottom picture,
Yeah.
it's like the painting itself.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That is beautiful. Thank you, Angel Divine.
Wow. That's
Wow. How cool.
That's probably one of the best ones I've seen.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, and here's one book from like spirit animals. If you want to look them up, this is one book I had. So if somebody wants to check that out, this is a good one. Has a lot of them in it. Let's see. Let me remove this. There you go.
Nice.
Don't worry. All right. Let's. If someone wants to share some nice stories about synchronicity happening to them,
I have a story.
yeah,
If I can start.
fire away.
Last week, I went to the lake. This is a lake that I always frequent. I love that place. It's like magical to me. And so I'm walking around the lake and I decide to sit down on a bench. And then all of a sudden, all these leaves fell on me, like just came out of the tree and fell on me. And I just really felt like that meant something. I felt like a presence.
Mhm.
And so I kept some of the leaves that fell on my lap. And then I go to my car to go home. And right at my car door, I find $230.
Oh wow!
No.
Like wrapped up in a rubber band. And I
That
was
is
like,
amazing.
is this a joke?
A good one.
Yeah. And I was like, being a New Yorker, I was like, oh shit, I better pick up this money and go. Right. And so I just hopped in my car and drove away. And I didn't even count it until I got like far enough where I felt like, because I got paranoid.
Yeah. Oh my
Awesome.
gosh.
And so I really felt like that meant something. Maybe I'm being blessed, or like with money, a financial blessing is coming to me soon.
It
And
did.
I just really appreciated it. I think I still have some of the cash still. So I was like, wow, it was amazing, because I hardly ever win anything or find anything.
Awesome. That's amazing.
Cool.
That's
When
amazing.
you talked about the leaves falling on you,
Yeah.
I immediately got a feeling of comfort and being taken care of.
Yeah,
You
it
know?
felt so good. Like it was like a flurry of leaves. It was definitely something. I felt a definite presence when those leaves were falling on me.
That's cool.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's my story.
That's
So-
the abundance. It's falling from the sky. Who's
Yeah,
money?
right?
Money doesn't fall from trees.
Sure.
It
That's
did
what
that
came to
day.
me in that.
So now that you bring up money for myself, when I had my business, anytime that, you know, we'd have a group of workload that would come in and the work would be done. And then I get that feeling like, oh, I need to get some more business in here. I'm ready to receive. And the next thing you know, within that week, I would get so many emails or phone calls for new business to come in. And it happened every time for the last 15 years that I just see it. Okay, now I have enough. I would turn the valve off essentially and say,
Mhm.
okay, I don't need any more business. And then we take care of that, do a good job. Great. Okay, we're ready again. I turn the valve open again and more would come in. And that was like a major synchronicity for me for years.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Wow, that's awesome.
And then at the end, I just didn't want any more business. I didn't want anything. I was just so done with it that I even found myself, I was being a bit of a dick to people. Pardon the word, but I was just mean to people. I was helping people, but I was being mean about it almost. It's like, this isn't me. Like, what was happening here? And I saw that as a synchronicity that it was time to leave.
Mhm.
It's like I'm no longer doing good for people. It's time to move on and pass it on to someone else so they can do good for those people who are ready. So it was that synchronicity for me. It was okay. It's definitely time to walk away.
Beautiful. So Wendy is saying sometimes I will be in meditation with binaural tones and think about meditation at the beach, and we'll get a beach sound tune that will be in my feed that is not on any playlist I have. Will play. Awesome.
Cool.
Wow.
Marlene is saying I see mostly animals in the clouds as well as angels. Beautiful. Yeah, I just got another one from Angel Divine, the video. Let me share that one. It was nice as well. There you go. Look at the sky.
Wow.
Oh wow.
All right, come on now. That's like
What?
Crazy,
Is that a tornado? What's going on?
That is
what is
crazy.
that? Are you living near Area 51? What is that?
Potential.
Yeah.
That's
So-
beautiful.
So these are supposedly called hole punch clouds.
Mhm.
Mhm.
These are phenomena that are seen in many places.
Hmm.
I'm not too sure about the spiritual context because other people think of other things about this, but it's not unusual, and there are loads of pictures like this on the web. You can see them.
But still fun to see, right? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
when I look at that video, it's like, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
And there are similar images that have been shown on radar maps, which look as if it's something else that's causing a very large circle in the cloud structure. But again, I'm not too sure about whether there's another cause for that.
Well, my thought is like if you're seeing it, even if it's a natural cause, because what came to mind is rainbows. Like we know that those like occur naturally, but like when you see a rainbow, you have a feeling about it. Like that's a good sign. And there was something else that came to mind, but rainbows are a big one, I think. Like when I see rainbows, comets. So for me, like sometimes my husband and I, like after the kids go to bed, we like to sit outside, make a fire, and we'll just like talk. But like if we're talking about something and I'm saying something and I see a shooting star when I'm saying it, it's like that's an exclamation point. Like on that, there's meaning to what I just said. Like I've noticed that as a synchronicity for me.
Sure.
So signs that happen naturally can become that for you.
Mhm. Absolutely.
I've sort of noticed that there are synchronicities of thought, synchronicities of words that are spoken, synchronicities of things that are seen, and synchronicities of action, and there can be various combinations of those. So quite often, I'll be thinking of someone, and then suddenly they ring me, or vice versa. And equally, as we've seen earlier on during this session, there are thoughts that have been synchronous between amongst us. The one which I know of somebody else who does this is that there are. They will dream about somebody, and then the following day they'll find out they've just passed. or they are very close to passing. It's a very unusual sort of thing. So much so that they worry about dreaming about people now, and it has a slightly different connotation and context. But I also get birds, and so we had a really weird coincidence where we have two places, one in the countryside and one in the city, and forever we had every other bird you can imagine, but suddenly out of the blue, we moved from one place to another, and there were always two ravens in the back garden. First of property A and then property B, and then I go back to property A, and then there's still two ravens in the back garden.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really, really odd because we don't often see ravens around here. They're often high up in trees or in forests, but not in back gardens, which is very, very peculiar.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Wow.
Yeah, I just wanted to share a silly song story about synchronicity. One time I just saw a video about how we're never alone, how we're always surrounded by spirit. And I was like taking a shower, and the song I was nudged to on the radio was the one by Rockwell, like Somebody's Watching Me. I always feel like somebody's watching me, and I have no privacy. So that was the song that started playing. So that was really funny, and I thought that was it, right? So then the next song started playing, and I was nudged again to listen to it. And exactly at the lyrics, I think there's something you should know. I just came to say hello. And then the song just continues by saying hello. So it was really funny. Just to really match together.
Is this where you discovered you had a stalker or something?
Yeah, exactly. But it was a funny one. So let's see. So June is saying, I was thinking of my brother-in-law, Bill, who passed away while out walking. And then on a park bench, I noticed the words "Happy Trails" in memory of Bill. Beautiful.
That's
Aw,
nice.
Neat.
that's awesome.
Nice.
That's beautiful.
Let's see.
I found that to be
I think my most profound synchronicity was when I was traveling. I was on the road on a bus with a bunch of hippies, and we just went on the East Coast, several different states, and every state, like there was these three either crows or ravens, and they were there, like every state that we went to, and that was my my reminder that I'm safe and protected. And just I would be like, the bus would be going down the road, and I would look out the window, and there they'd be flying, or we'd be at us place, and I'd be setting up my tent and look, and there they would be again, and they'd just be circling around, and just like, we're here, it's okay, And awesome. I thought it was really cool because we just went to so many different states, and we're everywhere, and it's like they were always there, and I was like, that is the neatest thing ever.
Funny.
that's
I
cool.
almost feel like your guides can be present through like animals, like, if
Yes.
loved ones who have passed can be. I've felt like the presence of Horus, like in birds before. I'm like, oh, I had this thought, actually, this is a synchronicity. So one time I was just, vacationing with my husband. I don't know. We're doing like a staycation. We were like in the pool, and I just felt like Horus was there. Like, I don't know. I was looking like at the sky. I was getting his presence. And then I see this bird, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's him. And then as soon as I had that thought, I looked down. I'm in the water at the time, and there's a black feather floating right next to me in the water at the same time I had that thought.
Wow.
That is
Yeah.
cool.
Awesome.
That's neat.
So things like that, it's really fun.
We during our awakening, we were drawn to moving away from the city and into the countryside, and it's a long story, but basically we found a place which I was pretty sure was the place because I could see it in my dreams. And as we were driving up, and I was taking my wife and the kids to see this place, there were 4 buzzards, and I don't mean a vulture, we have another word for a buzzard in the UK, and they are quite territorial. So along this little country path, at every about, say, 20, 30, 200-300 meters, this buzzard would fly down in front of our car and literally along the road fly along the road in front of us, and then scoop up, and then perch, and then we drove on further, and then another one did exactly the same thing. And 4 of these things happened on that trip going to our house, and you sort of think, that's a bit of a coincidence, and it was really, really surreal. It's absolutely amazing, and they were literally maybe about 5 meters in front of the car. You could actually see the detail on the bird, and it's very,
Wow.
very,
Awesome.
very sublime.
That's so cool.
It's funny. I wanted to say this. This is something I wrote down to say, and I was like, maybe it won't come up, but you just said it. When so I better say it.
Another synchronicity.
Exactly.
You can make this into a drinking game. Synchronicity.
Alcohol. I mean, just talk about synchronicities. So yeah, this comes up a lot. Like, so it's gotten to the point where I say, we always say like, oh, that's a coincidence. Oh, what a coincidence. It's so random.
Yeah.
And I've learned to correct myself when I hear myself say that. I'm like, you know what? No, it's not. It's not random.
Not. Exactly. That's what it is.
It's divinely planned,
Everything is, absolutely.
Programming ourselves, but we've been kind of programmed to think things are a coincidence. Everything in life is random. It happens randomly. Yeah. So it's hard for people to buy into this, but when they start experiencing it, like you said, the more you look into it, the more you become aware of it, the more it happens. And then it's just like part of who you are, part of your
for sure
natural experience. Yeah.
All right. So it's time for some readings. Oh, sorry, Doc, you want to say something?
It's a slight digression, but sometimes these things aren't at the same time, but they are distanced with time. And so I can think of episodes of my career when I was literally dropped in the deep end of something I knew nothing about. And then further on down the line, I suddenly realized why I had been given that role. And it's these like little, they're not quite synchronicities in a sense, but they're almost like the start of a train of thought, which sort of develops. And it's happened so often. At the time I was sort of wondering, why on earth am I doing this? Because I don't know anything about this. Why do they want me to do this? And as time developed, I suddenly realized because there was nobody else who was going to do this. And it's these sorts of things which aren't quite literally at the same moment, but they are synchronicities of maybe themes or ideas that develop over time, which is perhaps a different way of looking at it. But maybe that's for another day.
Okay. Beautiful.
Yeah,
lovely.
Interesting.
All right. So if there's somebody who would like a reading, please let us know in the comments. And I will write your names down and we can start. Let's see. Tina is saying, never random. Everything you see outside yourself, you conceive inside yourself. For sure.
Very true. Very
Absolutely.
True.
Yeah, and just like Rachel said, the more we're aligning with that and acknowledging, yep, this is happening, this is divine, everything's perfect, and it's no coincidence. More and more you're seeing more synchronicities come in, and you realize the chances of that, it's 100%.
Absolutely. All right, the requests are coming in. Let's see.
So while Jelle's doing that, I'm going to ask you all, please like and subscribe to our channels. Give it a little thumbs up, especially if you get a reading. Please throw a thumbs up. And we have multiple channels here. So look in the description. You can find where we are and go to our channel. So it would greatly help us get the word out and help more people awakening. And that is the purpose of this, to help people awaken along their journey. And that's why we're here. So anyone that can help out, please do. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Con. And I while Jelle's doing that, I wanted to add or bring this up. So I have a few different guides that have kind of been around me lately. And Merlin has been one of them ever since we brought him up last week. And he keeps wanting me to tell you this, Con, because last week he was the mystery guest, and you picked up on the word Lord. Like you heard the word Lord and you thought it was Lord Boslos or whoever that was. Because I'm not familiar with him. But he wanted to say that was like him actually, because he talks like in his time it was like lords and ladies, lords and ladies, and he would call me like my lady sometimes, like when he would address me sometimes. So I didn't get that realization till afterwards, but he keeps like reminding me to like tell you that that you weren't like necessarily wrong in picking up on the word Lord. That it, Lord Merlin,
I've seen posts of Merlin also being called Lord Merlin. So yeah,
yeah, yeah. So I thought I would just share that with you.
I love it. Synchronicity. All right, drink.
Yeah, water. Yeah, and he might pop in for a reading too here and there. I don't know. I have a few guides with me, so we'll see who wants to jump
All
in.
right, so the first one is for Tana Lechmi. Let's see, Rachel, if you want to do one for her.
Yep.
Let's see. There's also a second post. I don't know if that's part of it. Fine, blessings. Okay. So for El Sosa, Doc.
Yep.
Martine for Angel Divine. Let me quickly find the readings of them. For El Sosa is just a message, Doc, so nothing particular.
Okay.
Angel Divine, a message from her dragons. Whatever wants to pop up. So for Martine. And Caroline Keith. Where's Caroline? There. For Khan. And then we have
general message, I guess.
Yeah, general message.
Thank you.
She would love a reading. There you go. And Amy Hitter for Christy.
You ready to go, Rachel?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I was just tuning into Master Jesus because he's like stepping forward for you. But your question is, what was it again? Please give me guidance. I can read it on my end if you want to. You can put it up if you want. But
there you go.
Awesome.
There's also a second post below it.
Yeah, I saw that also. So you want to have guidance on how to move forward with your new responsibility that has come into your hands. So I'm going to be shuffling while I'm translating the message from Jesus on that one. In case a card pops up, that'll be clarification. So he's saying trust yourself is what he's saying, and he's pointing to your heart. He's trust what's in here. He's saying that like if that's your intention, oops, my God. Ooh, one card really came out of the deck with full force here, so much so that a bunch just fell on the floor. So that's a keeper. But as he was saying, trust yourself and be secure in your own knowing of what is true for you. And in that process, it feels like you're not only going to be helping that person, but you're going to be helping yourself. So it's almost the feeling like, imagine the ways that you would want to be helped in that situation. So it feels like then if there's like a new responsibility in your hands, like whatever that response. So let me go back to your question, because I feel like he was saying something and then maybe I lost track of the question, but I'm getting the feeling like it's more about trusting yourself and becoming secure in the ways of your knowing how to help and what to do in this situation, what feels right for you, and to be able to kind of see from the other's perspectives what is correct. So what's coming through is like there's a need to take like a multi-dimensional or multi-perspective. So if there's other people involved in this, it feels like you're needing to come from a place of being able to see things from their view as well, or from others' view, or from a multi-dimensional view, like different angles, like the bigger picture, for the outcome to be successful for you. So there's also a focus on being heart-centered. So just staying true to what aligns with your truth, and staying true to yourself and how you show up for this task or responsibility, and just, honor that you've been chosen for this role and that you are the right person for the job. So whatever that may be, whatever you may be asked to do, you can trust that you are in, the divine place, and the universe is supporting you in this. And the card that flew out like dramatically and kind of threw me off energetically as I was doing that was success. So you will have success. So you just trust in the process, trust in the flow.
Love it.
And I hope that resonates.
Then we have for El Sosa, for Doc.
Hi. So I was drawn to the Indigo Angel cards. Hi, Lisa. And three were, I was told I need to go for three. The first one is divine timing. The second one is look through the situation. And the last one is expression. And these are the sorts of words that popped up in my head as I was looking through partly through the book and also just generally looking at it. You're faced with a particular situation where, as you know, you just need to sometimes let go and just things will happen at their own pace. And after this has been successfully addressed, you just need to make sure you spend time with yourself, just relaxing and resting. But in particular, the card that I'm drawn to is expression. Okay, and it's saying, or it's indicating that you really need to say what's on your mind. Don't hold it back, and really make sure that you're able to say what you feel about this. It's through this expression that you have that others and you will gain clarity, not just of how you feel and see it, but also of the solution that is at hand. You may not see it initially, but it will come through, as the card said, in divine timing. But the catalyst is the expression of what you feel or how you see the situation from your perspective. Okay. Thank you. That's it.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Next we have for Angel Divine, Martin.
I'm pulling a card from the Archangel Metatron deck, but immediately I heard things are not what they seem. That's what I heard. And so the card Water came out, which says emotional well-being. And I feel like there's a need for you to focus more on your emotional well-being and get into the flow of taking care of yourself a little bit more. So I'm just going to read a little bit from the book. It says, with this card, the fluid and magical element of water is inviting you to cleanse away your stresses, pain, and difficulties, to feel held in its safe current where you can float and play. All that is heavy in your physical body becomes light within water, and as you become buoyant, you are able to relax, unwind, and feel carefree. Water is with us throughout life, from the water within the womb from which we are born, to the water we drink every day, to the water with which we cleanse our body. Water is essential to life. And I feel like the element of water is very purifying. It's cleansing. We need water for everything. So, and I feel like there's a definite need for emotional well-being and, taking care of your mind, body, spirit, maybe even going to water like a lake or a river, Angel. So that's what I got.
Beautiful. And next we have for Caroline Keith. Come.
Hey, what does Caroline need to hear right now? My heart is expanding, Carolyn. You're doing so good because you're honoring your path. You've had a lot of a rocky path previously before you. So I see behind you there's a dirt path, and it's very rocky and bumpy and rough. But I'm seeing the path in front of you is smoothed out, and you've crossed over the hardest part of what you're going through right now. Whatever that might be, and it's just smooth now, and you're honoring, and because it's the reason why it's smooth is because you are honoring your heart. You're following what you feel is right to you, and you're being encouraged to keep going along that path, a heart-centered path. If you end up going back to the what if statements, you end up getting a little bit more fearful. The path is going to get rocky again. But as long as you follow all your decisions, everything that you're doing, all these very difficult decisions that you're going through, as long as you follow your heart, you can never make a mistake with this because it's coming from the heart. And you're being encouraged to keep being your true self and following your heart. Everything's working out swimmingly for you. I hope that resonates for you.
Beautiful. And then for Amy Hitter Christie.
Hi, Amy. How are you, beautiful? I was pulled to pull from the deck, the Earth Warriors Oracle deck. And I got Estanet Louis. And she is the turquoise moon goddess of the Navajo, known as Changing Woman. And the message is that there's change upon you. And what the message is, I am the turquoise moon mother, and I come to you now with a message of change. This may be change that you want or change that you fear. But either way, I will show you how to use this change to become stronger, wiser, and more empowered to fulfill your divine destiny. Do not fear the changes around you and within you. Trust in the timing of what is happening in your world. And there is a couple of pages with this. I have sent this to Amy in a message so that because I felt that she needs the entire message instead of going through and reading it all on here, to let her read it for her. It was for her, message for her. So I did send that to you, girl. So I hope it resonates. Love you.
Beautiful. Next round, we have Rachel, if you want to do one for Marlene out there. Marlene out there. And then Doc, if you want to do one for June Murphy. Just a general reading as well. Martine, if you want to do one for Jenny Waterhouse. Should like a reading, no particular question. And then Khan, if you want to do one for Jim Fomenko.
Okay.
From Archangel Raphael. Let's see. And Christy, if you want to do one for Angela Hutkins. And she would like a message from Archangel Michael today. Rachel can start when she's ready.
Yeah, I'm just tuning in. I'm going to see if anybody wants to step forward to give the message, Marlene. I'm feeling more like Metatron maybe might want to chime in, but let me just see what he wants to say. And I am shuffling the cards to see if there's any cards that come through. I'm hearing fear, and I'm hearing like have no fear. And the sense is like it's all going to be okay. Everything's going to turn itself around. I'm hearing it feels like maybe there might be some like chaotic energy maybe, or life might be feeling chaotic to you, or the feeling is like topsy-turvy, upside down. There might be like areas in your life that just feel like wishy-washy right now even. It's what the sense is, or I'm hearing you need clarity. You need like, or you're looking for clarity, you're looking for guidance, but they're drawing you to like, or they're saying inner wisdom. They're saying awareness and just higher awareness. So taking a higher perspective or learning how to tune into your higher awareness and not get caught up in like the chaos or the chaotic energy that might be around you or how things are unfolding. I'm also hearing things are unfolding in a timely manner. Sorry, he's talking fast, and I'm like, what are you trying to say? I'm hearing it before I'm able to interpret it. So just keep the pace, keep a steady pace, he's saying, and just know that things are unfolding in a timely way. So if there's worry or concern about the future, if there's concern about like the status of things, like how things are progressing, if they're progressing, if you're just feeling confused or just unsure about something in your life, the feeling he's wanting to give you a surety that things are indeed working out according to the master plan. And in this instance, let's see, I got a card and it just says strength. It didn't flip out, but it just kind of came up at the end. So it's just strength and courage to kind of just move through this, state that you're in, or just condition of things, because it could be what's happening in the world too. I can't pick up on exactly what the energy is, but it's just the general message for you. Hope that resonates in some way.
Beautiful. Then we have for June Murphy, Doc.
Okay, June, I was drawn to Keepers of the Light pack, but as I was trying to connect with your team and your higher self, the first word just popped in my head was love. And when I asked more about this, the word troubled again came into my head. Now, I don't know whether this resonates with you, but it was a very, very clear message. And it may be that's something that these cards then relate to. So I was told to bring out 3 cards, and then there were 3 jumpers. So I'm going to tell you what it says on the card, and I'll tell you the one particular card I'm drawn to. The first one is, I think it's Lady Charity, I think her name is. And the card says prayer and contemplation, connect with heaven, ask and you shall receive. The second one was from Jelle, and the word says is Dharma unfolding. Maybe it's something you can look up. I don't know the exact definition, but it's about the sort of path is unfolding. And the words that, remember, you are on a path. Take care, step at a time. Take one step at a time to happiness. Okay. And then the last one is Master Buddha. And I know you know who he looks like. And the words there are increased awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice. So putting together the 2 that were very easy to relate to was obviously, as you're on your path, you've got to trust your intuition, trust your voice, and that will help you understand what's coming up just in front of you on your way. But charity was the one that really drew me. And when I was looking through the book, they just said read the chapter. And so it's only a few pages. I won't summarize it. Faith, hope, and charity are the trinity of archangels who are dedicated to helping us regain our natural trait of kindness, trust, and faith in the highest good. And that's where I think the words troubles with and love have some sort of resonance with. That if that is the case, then these approaches in terms of kindness, trust, and faith are possibly a way in which you can perhaps heal, if that resonates with you. Charity is the twin flame of Archangel Shamiel. She has a great spirit that encourages us to undertake the spiritual practices of prayer and meditation. Prayer is the way we speak with the divine, and meditation is the way we open ourselves to receive the answers that we need to hear. And again, this resonates with the other two cards considerably. Charity is also the angel who kisses the forehead of all those who pray in support of others. She absolutely loves to see this kindness because it creates an inspirational healing wave and goodwill around the world. Charity is drawing close to you at this time because she recognizes that you have goodness in your heart and you have put others first. She brings you thanks and support. Move into prayer and meditation with regard to any decisions you have to make in this time. You are guided to take time to breathe and receive. Know that you'll have a great surge of intuition, and when it's time to move forwards, the angels are guiding for you towards your highest good and welcome Charity, and welcome Charity into the space with you. Okay, now I hope that resonates, but I want you to think deeply about that which troubles you. And on deep inner reflection, you will then understand where you can apply the messages from Charity in particular. This is part of your path, part of your journey. And as ever, your intuition is a very important part, a very important tool that you have to play at this time. But it is as it is meant to be. So don't see these as setbacks, but as learning points. Thank you. Thank you. I hope that resonates.
Okay. We have for Jenny Waterhouse, Martin.
Yeah. I am using this oracle card, oracle deck for you, Jenny. And two cards jumped out when I was shuffling. One was detach from drama, and the other one is green, heart healing. And what immediately came to me when I was shuffling the cards and they came out was things that no longer serve. So I feel like there's a really strong message here for you to kind of detach yourself from things that no longer serve you. They might be presenting themselves as drama, and you might be feeling a little, having your head down, feeling a little frustrated, deflated, whatever the case may be. But, the cards are saying to look up and let go of things that no longer work for you. If you don't resonate with a certain person or situation, let go of that. If they're causing drama in your life, walk away and look up. And there's also a need in the situation for heart healing, for heart expansion. You might be needing to do like some more heart, maybe meditations or something along the lines with heart healing your heart, loving yourself more. And I think that once you walk away from whatever it is that no longer serves you, it's going to allow your heart to expand and for you to move forward. So that's the message, Jenny. I hope it resonates.
Beautiful. And we have time for the final two. So first for Jim Fomenko. Khan?
Okay, so Jim's had an interesting repeat of 220. Any message for me for this number? Archangel Raphael. And I do feel Archangel Raphael here. I'm hearing balance. It's time to you're finding your balance, but you're also not putting your faith into the balance that you are needing. you're having some ideas in your head that this something or something isn't serving me anymore. Hey, D, this something isn't serving my life anymore, and you have that feeling, but you're not necessarily honoring that feeling within yourself, and that that is a reminder that Archangel Raphael is working with you. I feel he's working with the healing of your body. But if you don't take care of these other areas of your life, you're not going to find the balance that you need in order to heal yourself of what you're going through. There seems to be an imbalance that's happening. And this imbalance is really taking you away from the true life that you are seeking, the true balance that you want. And you know this, except you're scared to kind of take that step. So Archangel Raphael is saying that you are guided, you are protected, you are being I'm seeing a safety net. So there is a safety net here. So let go of your fear as you're going through this and really figure out what you want to keep in your life and what you do not, and finding that balance that you so desire and need in your life. But you're on your path and you're getting very close to this. I hope that resonates. And thank you, Caroline. That's beautiful.
Beautiful. And then we have the final one for Angela Hutkins. Christy?
Hi, Angela. Hope you're doing wonderful today. I got you had two messages on there. One was asking for a message from Archangel Michael and one from Metatron. So I asked for both because I did see your other message. So I pulled a message from Archangel Michael deck to get your message from Archangel Michael. And I got, this is your life's purpose. And Archangel Michael has heard your prayers and he's guiding you in the direction in which you were born to go. You already have ideas about a career that would bring you joy, excitement, opportunities to help, and financial security. And these thoughts are indicators of your divine purpose. You are meant to be engaged in work that brings you and others happiness. This card is validation that the career you're dreaming about is your life purpose. As such, the universe will support and open doors for you. Move forward confidently. Some possible specific meanings is your current situation offers clues about the next step to take on your path. Follow your true feelings. And angels are watching over your business and finances. And the little prayer from Archangel Michael is, Archangel Michael, you know the details of my divine life purpose, and I ask you to help me to be aligned with my goals. Please clearly guide my actions so that I'm taking the best steps to fully manifest my wonderful and meaningful career. And the message I asked Oracles of the Angels deck for your message from Metatron. And I got, I am a creator. Beautiful card. We truly are the creators of our own destiny. Whatever you think about and give energy to becomes your reality. So become aware of every thought that crosses your mind and ask yourself, am I happy with this creation? This simple awareness will help you to consciously choose what it is you create for yourself and your life. And some positive affirmation with that is, I am the one and only creator of my life. I create through my thinking. I am creating every second of my life. When I am aware of my creator self, I make room only for thoughts of pure light. So I hope that resonates with you. Love you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, that was all the time we have for today. So I hope everyone had a lot of fun. We sure did, with all the signs and synchronicity stories. So yeah, I'll hand it over to Rachel for the closing words.
Yeah, thank you guys for being here. It was definitely a very fun episode to participate in, and hope you all enjoyed it too. We already talked about, well, I know Con mentioned liking, subscribing. It really helps us to kind of get the message out. So we do appreciate those of you who do that. And feel free to share this out to also anyone who might you think it would be helpful for. Next week, we have Rita Mustafa coming back, I believe, to talk about nutrition. And so, Con, I'll let you kind of explain a little bit about what her topic's going to be.
Yeah, so my beautiful wife Rita is coming back next week, and we're going to be talking about the TCM approach, which is the traditional Chinese medicine approach to the immune system using foods and spices. Now, I don't know, Doc asked about the spices to use for this type of season entering into the fall season. So she's going to touch on that as well, which is a pretty short topic, but we're going to be talking about it and answering your questions. That's all health related in the terms of traditional Chinese medicine and holistic nutrition, and again, at least from someone that has their insurance still. As much as we have Doc on here with has all this knowledge, we don't want to have him sued. So we want to be careful of how far we go. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's going to be fun. So bring all your questions. And then I just realized that this is Jelle's last episode with us. So we're going to miss Jelle, from here on out. So any final words, Jelle?
I just wanna thank you all on screen for joining me in this adventure so far, and I'm sure there will be many more fantastic episodes coming up. So I wish you all the best. But it's time for me to part ways with the Divine Soul Awakening. So thank you very much, and much love to you all.
Well, thank you so much, Jelle. You've been such a... Oh,
Thank
sorry,
you.
yeah.
Kelly, can I ask, are you going to be doing your Sunday sessions again?
No, for the foreseeable future, I've stopped doing them as well. So it's really a time for me to pause and reflect and to see where it leads, and let the answers come to me. So no, for the foreseeable future, it will not continue. No.
Okay.
Jelle is going into the forest to meditate, and he's
hermit all the way.
Yeah, long beard.
Already have the beard,
1,000 years.
halfway there.
Well, thank you, Jelle. You've definitely been such a major part in helping this to grow and evolve to where we are today. So we really appreciate all of your work, and we'll miss you for sure. But good luck with everything, because we know you'll be doing great things as well. So with that, unless there's, yes, I would like to ask, does anybody have any events that they would like to, upcoming events that they would like to talk about, Doc?
No, nothing particular at this point in time, but I'm sure maybe for next week there will.
Okay, and Martine?
I just wanted to ask everyone to go over to my channel. I have a sound healing meditation up there. And since we were talking today about synchronicities and a little bit about animal guides, I do have a pick a card reading up there where I used just animal spirit decks, and I had a little conversation about animal guides and their symbolism. So go on over to my channel, Martine Felton, and check out that video.
Yeah, that sounds awesome, Martine. And what about you, Con?
First, Martine's stuff is amazing. I get engrossed listening to Martine, and her sound healing is really good. And we're going to be bringing that to this channel at some point.
Yes.
But check out Martine's sound healing. It's really good. You can really feel in your chakras that you can really feel the deepness. In terms of events, tomorrow, private Facebook group with the Practicing Angelic Messages. I think we are going to have a last minute practice session of card readings tomorrow. And that'll be at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is like 1 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. for GMT. Sorry, not 5 p.m. It's 9 p.m. for Doc and Jelle at you guys are 5 hours GMT for you guys, right? Greenwich Mean
for me it's 6 hours, so GMT plus 2. Now it's plus 1. So now it's GMT for you, Doc, probably.
Yeah, that's
beautiful. And then on Friday I'll be back on my channel at connight.com, and it'll be a full hour and a half, 2 hours of just channeling messages from my guardian, my spirit guide and angels, channeling Eric and everyone else that you want to come in. So there'll be a full place. And of course, 1 billion strong. So every day at 12 noon and 12 midnight Eastern Standard Time, I go live. Unlike today, it's a pre-record, but I'm doing there, and my love is expanding. My channeling ability is expanding as I shift into love, and I invite you to join me, whether you watch the live or the pre-record. Thanks, Rachel.
Yeah, and Christy?
I don't have anything specific right now, but I am setting intentions to find enough quiet time because I want to do some meditation videos. That's been my intention, and it's just getting some time where it's quiet enough to actually do that. Because if I'm in the middle of a meditation and a kid starts screaming or a dog starts barking, it just ruins it.
So I know that feeling. That's why I have to come to my husband's office to share space, because I was like, I'll never get any videos made.
Yeah, I need a soundproof area.
Yeah. Even if I have a sitter, it's like you can hear like the baby go, and
I know.
Oh, yeah. It's like,
Yeah. Well, okay. Maybe it's not time yet, so
yeah.
when the time is right, I will have this space
for you.
Fine timing.
I have a tip for you, Christy, and
Okay.
I know it's going to sound weird because I have the same issue. Go in your closet and close
Wow.
the door. Go in your closet, close the door, have a little light on. I don't know how big your closet is, but my closet is where I can put a chair in there and a little table and a lamp.
Mm-hmm.
And the clothes will be a buffer.
Oh, yeah.
And keep the kids on the downstairs, or you go upstairs.
Yeah, that's it. Pounding on the door thing.
Yeah.
Mama!
That's how I do. And sometimes you can still hear a little noise in the background, but that's how I do my videos sometimes.
I may try that. Thank you.
There is an alternative. You can put the kids in the closet, and then you can.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
That may be a better option.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. And I'll just add in that I'm going to be on my private Facebook group returning this week for the first time in a while with my live event that I've been hosting called 33 Masters, where it's a 2-hour event. We practice channeling different ascended masters. So we're getting towards the end of that. But we'll be doing that this Friday it's the same time for me, but it's changed for you guys, for other people. So it's 1:00 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it might be like back to, I don't know how it will interfere.
Back to normal.
Well, yeah, and then I know you have an event that day, Con. So I was trying to figure in my head like how it would be like if what time your event starts that day.
Mine's like 3 hours before yours. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Okay,
but
so
Christy, you're on with the William Michael Forbes doing your teaching there. I think at around 3 or 4. I think around, right?
Okay, maybe
2:30 classes at
That's
2:30.
that's a private class.
Mhm.
It doesn't step on Rachel's toes at all.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know about his schedule, but but anyway, so I think we got that all out. If you have questions about that, you can always private message us too. So, but thank you for being here today, and we look forward to seeing you next week. And bye for now. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Guys.